right, everybody. So welcome back. Last session, you all faced off with the Hunt Lords, and rather spectacularly defeated them. It wasn't much of a fight, more of a embarrassment. Although they did enjoy a good challenge, and so were rather gracious with their defeat. But you did in fact defeat them, and even managed to capture one of their number. After learning that they would be back the following midnight, the housekeeper, the groundskeeper of the manor, paid you all for the saddles and sent you on your way. When you got back to Nilinar's Hold, you went about some final business there and managed to talk your then captive into a little bit of adventure. Turns out the Hunt Lords were not exactly malevolent creatures. While they were undead, and they did show a little bit too much enjoyment for their nightly hunts, they did prove to be, again, not very malevolent creatures, only attacking those who they believed to be threats to their village and mainly sticking to the larger beasts of the high forest. But one of their number, Sir Steve, did show a bit of enthusiasm for joining the life of the adventurer, and having been at the Nolinar's Hold manor for the hunting lodge for so long, decided it was time to get out and see the world. So, with your new companion in tow, and with the rewards of having defeated the Hunt Lords in hand, and having gotten paid for delivering the saddles, you all once more set out northward, as it was time to deal with your captive. The Zentrum agent Kella Darkhope had intended to ambush you all, and instead found herself at the hands and mercy of the Hunt Lords. Her company quickly dispatched, and her escaping into the safety of the tavern at Nolinar's Hold, only to be captured by all of you. So, that is where we pick up today. You are all heading north. Go ahead and drop you onto the world map so you can get a good idea where you're all at. So, you all are at Nolinar's Hold, on the road northward back towards Callinghorns, prisoner in tow, waiting to be deposited back at that small settlement. All right. So, we'll say that we took you all about a day to get up to the crossroads at Callinghorns, and after having heard of where you were and your intention of returning Kella back to Callinghorns, Katha did you all the service of sending a small contingent of Lord's Alliance soldiers out ahead to meet you all at that crossroads. So, as you all arrive at that crossroads between Callinghorns and Nolinar's Hold, you do happen to see a small contingent of Lord's Alliance soldiers there. I believe so, Latoni, yes.
Brevin would upon seeing them, try to flag them down and attempt to, so they can uh trade their captive off so they can be on their way.
All right. So as you approach, the lead rider, an armored elven man, would approach, and he would wave towards you and greet you all. Figured they'd save you a trip all the way back to Callinghorns. It's about time you all made the final trip to Everlund, and time may be of the essence. So, this man introduces himself as Lumaris, and he says that he's going to be stationed at Callinghorns for the foreseeable future. If you have any need of aid from the Lord's Alliance, you can call for him there. Furthermore, he feels it necessary to warn you all that Everlund, while not hostile to the Lord's Alliance, did recently break away and essentially seeking to be more of an independent city. So he warns you that you may not find very much Lord's Alliance assistance there.
Mm,
Brevin, are these guys legitimate?
I'm allow me to. Do I need to roll an insight just to make sure?
Yeah, insight and perception would also be reasonable.
Let me check which one I'm better at. I can't remember.
Okay.
Well, if it'll load my character sheet, come on, computer, do the thinking.
Okay.
Bless you, Lord.
So they have all the right insignia.
Oh, both equal.
Horus, they do appear to have all of the appearances of being Lord's Alliance soldiers, knights, and Brevin, from what you can tell, there doesn't appear to be any malice amongst them. They do also say that if you require it, that you can send a message to Katha, and they can verify who they are.
Okay. Okay.
Goodbye, Keller. Until we meet again.
She kind of furrows her brow at you. You can tell that if she could be, she would be saying very rude things right now. But they have restrained and gagged her, and
Oh,
Dandy's going to smile at her and let her know that I'll be brainstorming because she's going to figure out new ways to break her nose every time she sees her.
Latoni doesn't say anything, but he smiles, knowing that she has a short sword somewhere on her person, so that's going to be fun.
I was too busy fiddling with a gadget.
And that was.
Correct.
Reverend does also just give them a warning that she is rather tricky and naturally treacherous, so it all went to keep their eyes out.
Yeah. All right. Morris will nod and instruct a few of his men to do a thorough search for weapons and whatnot.
I have a question about guidance. Do people care that they just see someone casting spells before talking to them? Does that throw them off at all, or
See, I feel like spellcasting and magic in general is so ingrained in society here. Like, you can't really go anywhere without seeing somebody casting a spell or doing something of that nature. Or, if you do, then it's not very long. Even smaller places like Calling Horns, you all came through and it wasn't any big surprise to have like a wizard and a cleric and things like that among them. So I feel like it wouldn't be frowned upon too much as long as they can, because most spells that affect a target, they can tell that they've been affected by it either afterwards or so on. So I feel like it wouldn't be frowned upon too much, especially if they're doing it and it's clearly not targeted towards any one of them.
all right?
Yeah. All right, everyone. So, with your cart, your several horses, menagerie of animals and constructs, you continue along the Evermore Way, and it is not a short trip to Everland.
I don't know if. Do we also need to mention each session about attempting to utilize the Vonden Rod just to see if we detect anything en route, or?
Yeah, you can certainly do that.
Okay.
What's the range on the rod again?
I think it was 1,000.
Hold on, let me double check.
It's 100 some. I thought it was
Vonendad.
10
What the Vonendad? It is
miles.
How far?
10 miles. Okay, 10 mile
10
10 mile
miles.
radius around all of you. You can sense
Yeah.
other pieces of the Vonendad.
Yeah. So So, with how much we move per day, basically we're firing it a couple of times a day just to see.
Yeah, yeah. It's basically just about double the distance of your token. So from the center of your token, yeah. So it's not super far, but you'll definitely be able to tell if you roll right over one. That's for sure.
Do you know how long it took me to realize that that token represented us traveling?
Nice.
Like
Yeah.
13 sessions in.
That's you.
At least you notice.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
get there in the end.
there's some sort of creature following us everywhere we're going.
I just thought it was part of the map. Then I was like, oh, it's moving.
I
Okay.
did that until just now as well.
Yep. Anytime the party's moving across a large map like this, I always put a token marker down, a group
It's
token.
whenever we left Tribor, that's when I realized it was moving
Nice.
with us.
Nice.
What is the token? Does it represent anything?
It is the rune of the Storm King, I believe.
Ah.
It's like the official symbol for Storm King's thunder. Like if you look on the side of the hardcover, it's what's on the side of the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like for Rime of the Frost Maiden, I use the symbol of Oral. For Tomb of Annihilation, I use a Sararak symbol. Stuff like that. Always something specifically to do with the adventure. Well,
Good
all
catch.
right, everyone. So, you all know what comes next. There is quite a bit of travel. We are going to roll for some encounters during the day and evening hours.
Woo.
So, let's go ahead and see let's see 3 d20s from 3 different people, please. Morning, afternoon, and evening.
Yeah, no one else wants to. Oh, never mind.
Okay. So we established your all's travel speed at about 25 miles a day, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
That's if we were doing like the force march or whatever, right?
24 is I believe is the standard, and then it goes
Mhm.
up with forced march.
Cool.
What is force march?
You lose out on perception. You can't really see ambushes, encounters, things like that. You're easily snuck up on, but your movement speed does increase across the map.
Basically, you get to where you want
Oh.
to go faster.
Right, and
Yeah, but
then
it's -5 to passive.
right, and then adversely or conversely, words. The opposite is that you can slow down your pace, and then you get so if you know that you're possibly going to get ambushed or you're traveling through someplace dangerous, you can slow your pace down so that you
It's
have
advantage.
so you have advantage on the checks.
Yep, I just didn't know what the names were for them. I've heard of them both before.
All right. So, who here has been this close to the Evermoors before? The Evermoors are a massive swampland. We went over a little bit of them before, but you all are going to be passing right by them right now in the next couple days of travel. So, who may have spent any amount of time in this area to have experience with the Evermoors? If anyone. Okay, so the common... Go ahead.
I said I don't think my character would have.
Right, it's a very specific place. The closest backstory wise to this is really, yeah, nobody's really from this area. The closest ones are Dandy and Horus, with Citadel Adbar and up in the north in Icewind Dale. So yeah, so the general knowledge that you all would have about the Evermoors is that it is absolutely teeming with monsters, undead. There is known to be at least a small number of liches that operate out of the Evermoors. Several black dragons call the swamps home. But yeah, it is a wonderful place. hags, the bogs stretch and stretch. We talked about it before and compared it to the endless swamp in Lord of the Rings. It's very much like that. It's just a enormous expanse of bogland.
How exciting!
Mhm.
Also, this black dragons. That's a bit scary. They have like regional effects.
Ancient ones do, yeah.
Oh, it's only the. My bad. I didn't know it was only the ancient ones.
I'm not sure. I think adult ones might.
I just think the regional effects are really cool.
Yeah,
I like
regional
all the
effects are
stuff.
great. Okay. So, most of your day does pass uneventfully. Um, you make your way without too much excitement until the end of your day. And as evening approaches and you all slow down for the night, begin to pitch tents and make your camp for the evening, I do need somebody to roll a d100.
Not it.
I'll do it.
I choose not to be blamed.
52.
I think that's a good one.
You can never tell with comment.
You can never tell with the D100, really. It's just I like the higher numbers on D100.
Okay. So, after, well, what do you all do for your evening? Is there any? Does anyone want to take care of anything while you're making camp for the night?
Mm,
There was did we get Steve armor?
I believe so.
we did not.
Okay.
Did you? I remember it was being talked about last session.
It would have
Yeah.
been in the bar in Knowing Ann's hold.
I don't know if we've had a chance to get him on.
Yeah,
Well, it would have been a short rest and then another hour for me to ritual. And we could have gotten him chainmail.
Oh, so you could make it yourself. You don't even have to. Because I was thinking, I don't think there would be a good place to buy weapons and armor in Noenar's Hold. But if you can make it, then we can absolutely
Come
say
here.
that you had the time to do that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh wait, this is just to reiterate, this is the day after the whole fight. I just need to make sure,
Correct.
right?
Correct. It took you a full day to get to the crossroads. So that would have been the end of the first day. You would have got to the crossroads, and then another day to get to here.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay. So as you're all making camp and going about your business for the evening, Sir Steve sharpening one of his long swords, or I believe he would carry a long sword and a short sword probably. Seems very Steve-ish.
I can't believe we kept Steve. I love it.
Yeah. It's one of those things that gets that always gets kind of like a trope of D&D is the party adopting weird sidekicks, but it actually happens. It actually doesn't happen as often as I would expect it to.
It's always the ones that you like make up a name for on the spot. It's never the ones you intentionally make really in-depth characters
Mhm.
about. It's always just like, yep, this is this
Yep.
guy's name, Steve. It's
The-
not.
The DMO has enough to worry about with the player characters, the familiars, the summoned animals, that it's hardly fair just, picking up every NPC.
Right.
It's like a hireling. Oh yeah, we'll pick one up in town.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I was fully expecting like you mentioned, like it's always the ones that I least expect. Like I fully expected you all to try to get Elaine to follow you. back at Yartar, but
Hmm.
yeah, that kind of fell to the wayside, and then Steve happened. All right. So, who's taking first watch?
Ken. Dandy will.
Okay. All right, Dandy.
I'll go second.
What's up?
I'll go second.
Okay. So, Dandy, go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception.
Okay.
Is that good?
One moment, I will let you know. Okay. Dandy, you begin to hear thudding footsteps. It's like a Jurassic Park moment. You look off to your side, and a puddle in the ground trembles a bit.
I'm gonna wake up everybody. Stampede.
What? Well, dinosaurs?
I haven't seen a dinosaur, but they might be out there somewhere.
Could be giants.
Oh, that is more likely.
Wherever he gets up, rubs his face, and asks, "What's a dinosaur?"
Heh.
What's a grief?
Think of like a big how-
Could somebody please roll a d4 for me?
Oh.
Okay. Oh God.
100 dinosaurs.
100 dinosaurs.
Land aboliths are coming.
The land aboleths.
No.
The laboleths.
We're gonna find out some like the same guy who made Tressums invented land aboleths because he heard us talking about them.
Alright. Sorry, everyone. It's just going to be one moment. One of the wonderful things about these random encounters is there's no, like, unless I'm going to go and make, like, how many different ones are there? I think there's, like, 70 different potential random encounters. Yeah, I don't have a map for all of them. So, just one moment.
Oh, we're just going to have them join the party.
Good luck. That's a choice.
Gonna take out my dagger and short sword.
So, Dandy, you're warning everyone that you're hearing something approaching. As you're all waking up, you can all also feel the thundering, like the rumbling footsteps. It's a quiet night. It is relatively peaceful for the most part, making these footfalls, these rumblings. That's the name of one of the chapters in this book. Making those rumblings stand out in the evening.
Is it rapid or is it like a slow beat?
It is make a perception check. Actually, survival would actually be appropriate for that, kind of putting your ear to the ground. Okay. So, as you're listening closely, trying to get a bearing on how many things might be coming, what exactly it might be, you get the sense that it is one very large bipedal creature making its way towards you.
I'm going to go ahead and assume giant or large ogre.
Could I make a guess? Because I've studied giants. If I can, like, guess, I don't know, their walking patterns or something to try and determine what kind
Sure.
it might be.
So Dandy has acknowledged that it is a bipedal humanoid. Let's get one more. We'll call it
Survival as well.
Yeah, we'll call it survival as well.
At advantage.
No, not for
Because of
this one.
my studies. Oh.
Right. That unfortunately wouldn't give
Oh.
it allows you to make the check, not to get advantage on it in this case. So Tony, as you're listening and the footfalls are getting closer, you're beginning to hear armor clinking and clanking along with it. From what you know about giants and giant kind, there's only a couple that use armor. Furthermore, only one type that you're aware of that operates in this area that would also be wearing armor, leading you to believe a fire giant approaches.
Yes. Okay. Don't use fire.
Does she sound bitchy? Can I tell that by her footsteps?
Insight check. Anyway.
Don't remember her name, but I remember her big stupid braid.
They are. Wait, are they resistant or immune to fire? I feel like I would know.
I believe immune.
Okay, they are immune to fire. Don't use fire. Get anything else.
And we are almost set here, everyone.
What do I
Okay.
roll to find out if she's walking like she wants to talk to my manager?
It's like an Attack on Titan kind of walk where they like their hands are at their sides and they're just kind of sprinting forwards.
And here we go. Okay, everyone. Your horses and carts are nearby. They are right up there. Okay, everyone. So, everybody is aware of what's happening now. Can you all make perception checks for me?
That's 24 with the shield.
Nice.
Those obstructions are not there. Okay, so you all begin to see a large figure and several little glowing figures. You can see there a couple of them are flying, one of them is running across the ground, but they are definitely producing some sort of light as they
I've
approach.
seen these before in Tribord.
They actually look a little different than that, Dandy.
Ooh, okay.
These things are, some of them are winged, some of them are scurrying across the ground around the fire giant's feet. Wow, I am struggling setting this map up, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Okay, but as you all are looking out, you see the giant in the distance kind of reach down, and we are going to roll initiative. It does look like it's preparing to hurl a rock at you all, but you all are thoroughly prepared, ready for this creature. You heard it coming, and so there will be no surprise rocks thrown your way.
Are you ready for battle, Ruthie?
Sounded like it. Let me get E over here if I can find this little dude.
He just appears on screen.
And,
Oh, wonderful initiative for our giant buddy over there.
Shauna.
Mhm.
At the moment, it appears as if my vision is limited just to the range of the fire itself, and my character has the Devil's Sight invocation.
Better? Oh, yours doesn't dim, does it? You just get 120 feet of straight vision. There you go. Okay. But Tony, you are up first. You can see that large. Well, you can see that fire giant moving its way closer to you. It has scooped up a large rock out of the ground, and it appears to be about to hurl it at you all.
I can see it, so we're all in dim light right now.
It is night. We'll say that it is a full moon, clear sky, so dim light all around, except for whoever has night vision or dark vision, and then dim light to bright light.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, because Google just like completely shit itself. So, so I can't see the thing at all.
Luna should be able to see up to 60 feet right now.
God. I open up the character folder. I'm like, what the fuck is the white doing there? Oh. I wonder how many times that's gonna catch me off guard.
I'm Steve.
Tony, are we waiting for your Google to come back?
Sorry, I can do stuff now. Okay, so I'm going to hop onto Nugget, which is like half my movement or something. Oh, it crashed again. Okay. Okay, I'll just describe what happens. So
Okay.
I hop onto Nugget, and then he is going to use his. Oh wait, actually. This is what is the terrain? Is this like?
There's small drop-offs.
Hill?
We'll say that all those little elevation changes that you can see. Biggest one of them is only 6 feet up, so no difficult terrain, just movement to get across if you're going down. Getting back up will be difficult terrain for 1 square.
Gotcha. Okay, so, how far am I currently from the giant?
You are 105 feet.
Okay, yeah, I'll hop onto Luna and then go over here, for now. Yeah, she'll dash. Or no, I said Luna, I meant Nugget.
Right, I figured. Not gonna be hijacking Charles's Steel Defender, I'm sure.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. We're good for now. And yeah, I'll Hunter's Mark the giant, and then I'll stick over here.
Is Latoni small size? Just out of curiosity.
At the moment, yes.
Sweet. Okay, just curious.
Yeah, he can. He went to bed like that, because that was what he was like before. Well, he's not tiny, but he is small. That's how he's able to get onto.
Right. It just helps me to visually see that you are in fact.
Tiny.
You are in fact riding the dog.
Yes. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, that's good. Okay. So is that gonna be it for now? Just using your movement?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I also Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark. Okay. Dandy, you're up.
Okay, so Radiant Soul's an action. Rage is a bonus, right?
Rage is a bonus action, right?
Okay. Do I have to attack something the turn that I rage?
I don't believe so. Not the turn that you
Okay,
rage, just
so-
subsequent turns.
Well,
Then I'm going to
you
use
either have
my
to be-
action to move my feet. Going to try to find it on here. Radiant Soul and Rage. Brandishing my axe, telling him to come get some.
Okay. Sorry, I'm reading the rage right now just to be sure. So it ends early if you are knocked unconscious or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn. So it looks like as long as you attack something by the end of your next turn, you're fine.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. Wyatt.
I can barely see anything.
One of them on fire. We should be able to see them, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
separate
that is a
in
good
darkness?
point. The little fire dudes are shedding a little bit of light. I'll go ahead and
Yay.
I totally oh, methods. That's what
yeah.
Meth heads?
they are. Methods. They're like the they're tiny elementals.
There you go.
If it's on fire, Wyatt, kill it.
15. I'll use the other half of my movement to mount the riding
Okay.
horse. And I want to take it and charge north, trying to create as much gap between me and the group.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff. The horse has 120 feet of movement, so you can go wherever you want to.
Oh, wow! I can get right up to it.
Yeah, you can get right in his face.
I am so sorry. This horse, we're gonna have another horse casualty. Yep.
Oh no.
all the way up to it.
It's not beef, is it?
No. I didn't want to jump on beef. I don't think beef would listen to me.
Right, just buck
No.
Wyatt off. Just like, nope.
Yeah.
Not fleshy bones.
Lady Bones.
Legend
But
of
yeah,
Vox in a
I'm
moment.
gonna get right up to it, and I'm gonna reach my hand out, pull some of that flame off of this method, and protect myself from this fire energy.
Nice, nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Okay. Resistance to fire damage. Ooh.
Yep.
You're right up in this thing's face now, Wyatt,
Mhm.
and you can see that hanging from its side in a nice little sheath is another Rod of the Vonendod.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, let's go ahead and move on. That brings us to the methods. And they are most certainly going to swarm you, Wyatt. They don't know that you have resistance to fire right now. Okay. Okay. Wyatt, is any of your armor metal? Are you wearing metal armor?
Yes.
One of them is going to leap onto that piece of metal and cast Heat Metal on you.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay, so the DC is super low. It is only 10,
Mhm.
but unfortunately he did roll very high on his damage.
Got it.
Alright, the next one is going to rear up and just let out this breath of fire. Man, my brain is not working today. Just like, fire breath. How do I describe the fire breath? It breathes fire. Alright, so Wyatt, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
It spits on you.
Okay. That is a success. You take 2 fire damage. Your resistance has it down to 1.
Got it.
So the one is going to do the same thing. Another Dex save, please. Okay, also a success. 3 have down to 1.
Oof. I lose it.
Okay. Oh, it did its job for now. Those were all fire attacks. All right. Charles, you're up.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whistle to my horse to come to my side, and I like to kind of like jump onto it as it's coming by. So like as it's like coming around the corner here, I want to like jump onto it from here.
Okay. So I know Drake did everything he needed to do to bond with his horse.
Charles would have done the same thing.
Right. So let's go ahead and make a few. Let's make 2 retroactive animal handling checks. You know what? Never mind. You've been with this horse for a good like what? Since Yartar. So you've had never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. You've had plenty of time.
Right. So I'll do that. Jump onto the horse, and as I'm doing that, let's see who's
Ah.
now. Then I believe you still have a bit of movement left. What's movement? 40. Okay, 20 movement left. 40. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm going to go all the way to, say, is there cover over here somewhere? Is there cover on any of these hills or bushes?
Cover is hard to come by. No. The only cover that you'd be able to find would be maybe behind these rises.
Okay. In that case, I'll just go to over here for now. And I don't want the horse to get hurt, so I will... 15... No, I can't get off this turn. I'll go stay there. I'll put my hex onto the giant. And start going down.
Okay. Hex on the giant, end turn. So 2 of you have the giant hex now.
I'm just waiting for the attack to go through.
Sorry, I advanced the turn order early. Oh, nice.
Sorry.
At the giant?
Yep.
Okay.
So we have them hexed for strength and dex, I guess.
Yep. Why not?
If anyone wants to grapple the giant, feel free.
I'm assuming a 19 hits.
19 does hit.
Alright, 23. That'll be
Four.
turn.
All right. Okay, so it finds a chink in this thing's plate armor that it's wearing, and you can see it kind of just like look down and kind of just like brush it away like it was a toothpick. E the Mighty.
I'm
Did you just skip Horus?
I did. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Horace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Okay,
There we go.
I move up next to Dandy, and I bless Dandy Brevin and myself.
Okay.
awesome.
And that's it.
Now we're at E.
Okay. E essentially screams out something that is essentially a meme in bad language. The whole one from SpongeBob of the fish shaking his head. going, the patient SpongeBob going, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? And he's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to fly as much as he can in that move to get closer to voice his displeasure, and that's all he can do for the time being.
Okay.
E is exactly
what the
hero
hell?
we deserve.
The fire giant is not near death, everybody.
I was gonna say, why is it?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Well,
Let me guess, you did
Saw the
30
bat
instead of just
form.
23.
I think I might have put a 1 on there. Or added his, I don't know. I don't know what I did. Something
Oh.
happened.
123.
that means it would survive. It would survive after 200 damage. That's exciting.
Well,
Okay.
if you put a 1 on there, I mean, yeah. Depends.
It might have been a 2.
It's got lots of health, I'm sure.
Is a giant. Okay. That does bring us to its turn. And it does still have a rock in hand, so what does it do? I think it just hucks it. Yeah. So, you see it kind of looking around, and it looks at your all's cart. It's rock in hand still. It looks towards the biggest grouping of you, and it is going to hurl that rock at Dandy. Dandy and Horace, but I have to pick one. I can't pick both of you.
It's okay. I'm kind of glowing too, so easy target.
Dandy with rock. Ooh. It is a 27 to hit with rock.
It would hit. With rock hits.
It is 32 bludgeoning, halved by your rage.
Sweet. Thank
Hold
God I
on.
raged.
D
I knocked it aside a little.
D10.
Okay.
There we go. So 6 plus 3, 9 points come off that.
Nice. So
Cool.
halved, so reduced down to 23, and then halved by your rage.
Okay. I think
So 11 damage you take.
11.
Nice. That's really good.
Dandy is going to laugh in his face.
He kind of cocks his head off to the side a little bit. Wyatt, you can see a little bit of confusion on his face. That usually kills people.
I lost the thing that had my, the little bubbles that pop up around your character when you click on it. They have your HP and AC.
Click
and
off your token and click back.
Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mad for some reason.
So I just have to share something real quick. I'm sure you all have heard my cat annoying the shit out of me while we're playing games quite frequently. I have figured
You
out.
have to take it to the vet.
I figured out how to.
Problem.
Oh no, nothing like that. That's the dog right now, unfortunately. But I figured out how to get her to calm the hell down. If I put one of my D&D books on the table, on the desk next to me flat, she will then sit on it and leave me alone, and she'll just sit on my desk watching me run games and sitting on my book the whole time.
Okay, that's kind of cute though.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Like a Minecraft cat.
I just wanted to play too.
Right? She just wants to be involved. That's literally all she wants. So I just put a book down. She sits on anything square, so she sits on it, and then she just sits there and watches.
If she fits, she sits.
Mm-hmm.
But now that
Okay.
gives me idea for snacks on Thursday night.
Brevin, you are up.
Revan is going to move a little bit.
Oh, sorry, this would have moved closer to the wagon. There we go. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, he's just kind of looking at this thing and seeing how many are currently swarming Wyatt and wants to try to thin that out a little bit. So he's going to pick the little method closest to him and open fire.
Okay. 27 certainly a hit.
And also, yeah, I don't think I need to even bother with the bless for that one. Oh heck, actually, let me do one thing. I'm I forgot to do that. It's gonna fire up the little spell and slap it on one of them boys. I just pop it just so it's up on screen.
Okay.
That is kind of, I just kind of tossed Hex as a bonus action on one of them. Then fired at it, so that will be the 6 plus 5.
So
and
many
I'll take a
hexes.
second shot. So I get, I think 27 hit too, so 17 plus 11 total, so
So, as the second blast hits it, it lets out this little shriek, and Wyatt, with it right in your face, you can see its eyes go wide for a second. And it explodes. Wyatt, we need a dex save. Okay, that is a success. You take half of that, so 3. Fire damage.
Got it.
Okay. Anything else from Brevin?
that's it for the time being.
Okay. All right. Back around to the top of the initiative. Latoni, you're up.
Ooh, okay. One sec. I'm gonna go. They're just gonna hop off and then go like right here, and then could Latoni, while unmounting, jump onto this, like onto the right here?
Yeah, if you're jumping up, it'll just be difficult terrain.
Okay. Or
Just one unit of difficult terrain.
never mind then. I'll walk beside Luna and then run here. So that would be. Shit, wait. No, I didn't do that. I didn't hop off yet. Sorry. Need to. Would have hopped off about. Oh, gods. I'm sorry. I tried doing this before. Yeah. She would have gone to like right here, which is her movement speed. Maybe dashed if she needed to get closer.
Okay.
She'll end it right there. And then I would have hopped off, and then I'll have 15, so that would be. Yeah, 15 feet. I go right there. Really small in comparison to the giant. And I'm going to attack 3 times.
Hit.
That's 10 piercing.
Okay.
Gonna attack again.
It's also a hit.
16 piercing.
Nice.
Then I'm gonna slash at it with a dagger.
That is also a hit.
And that is just 5 piercing. But this one is going to pull me back 5 feet as the rats just drag me backwards.
Nice.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Latonia kind of looks down towards you, looks at its ankles where you just slashed it up all over the place. Looks back at you again, a little bit annoyed. Refocuses on the cart.
I am very much like a rat. Biting at its heels.
Alright, Dandy.
I am going to stalk forward. Glowing like a little. By the way, Latonia, you explained to us that those rats dragging you back, like you're not in danger, right? It's like,
What is it?
ooh. And I would like to yeet a javelin at the big guy,
Okay.
preferably at his face.
16 bounces harmlessly off of its plate armor.
What, Hank? Oh, bless. So D4?
D4.
Does
18. 18 just finds a chink in that armor, just barely
Yes.
breaking through.
And I would like to throw another one,
Okay.
in case he didn't notice me the first time. Oh.
That's it. Okay.
All right, so 15 altogether. I'm going to do my little rage roar. And yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I forgot to
Fuck him
mention,
up, Wyatt.
but Latoni sheathed his dagger at the end of his turn.
Okay. Wyatt. Con save.
Yeah.
That is a success. So only 5. Heat metal, yeah, heat metal is half on save.
Wyatt's going to just activate his Eldritch Maul, reach out and grab hold of the one that's burning his flesh. Oh my. 14 to hit the Mephits?
14. 14 hits.
Beat. 21.
That is the worst. Sorry, wouldn't let me grab the method.
Is the heat metal rule your thing?
No. I was misreading it. I was about to mention that. So it is a bonus action on its turns that it gets to deal the damage.
Yeah, and the save is if you can hold the object afterwards, but obviously you're wearing it. So.
Yeah. That's just a misread on my part. No, it's not. It's not Charles. I'm sorry. I was misreading the ability. It is just bonus action to deal the damage again on its turn, and then Wyatt would have taken that initial 10 when it first cast it on him.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's.
Yeah, that was my bad. I missed up the ability. Okay, but the 14 does hit, and it was how much damage? 21. All right, Wyatt. It is nearly down.
I hate to say this as well, but due to the way heat metal works, doesn't Wyatt have disadvantage on all melee attacks now as well?
Luckily, 14 still hits.
Okay, cool.
All right, Wyatt. The thing is still standing. Anything else?
No, that's all Wyatt can do.
That does bring us to the Mephits. Wyatt already took the damage from that, so no need to do it again. All that good stuff. Wyatt, it is an 18 to hit with the Mephit's claw attack.
18 misses.
All right. The other one used its bonus action for heat metal, so its action will be the attack. And if that missed, then a 15 certainly misses. All right. Charles, you are up.
Okay. So, Luna is going to move up to the giant. Gonna go right here, and it's gonna attempt to distract the giant. It starts like pawing at it and trying to distract it to give me help action for my attack. And because I do want my sharpshooter to go through if I can. And here comes 2 attacks. So yeah, they both missed.
Yeah, they do both miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, I might have to just not use sharpshooter, sadly. Oh well.
Okay.
That's it for now.
Horse.
Okay, let's move there. Up. Oh. Then. Nope, wrong thing. There we go. Okay, I'm dashing to there.
All right, good stuff.
That's all I can do. Okay, I'm done.
E.
E. Hold on 1 second here. Let me see how far. E. As Horus is riding, screeches out, "Yes, Horus, for glory." And he's just a little bit can't quite make it to try to help out any against the giant, but he'll do so next turn.
Okay. That does bring us to the giant's turn. And it is going to kind of look around at all of these small folk around its feet, and it is just going to continue walking towards the wagon. But first, it is going to swing its greatsword. First at Latoni. Tony, it is a 15 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. And as it strides past, it's going to take another swing at Horus. Oh, Jesus, Horus, that's a 30 to hit.
Good Lord.
I think we found out how to hit Horus.
That hits.
It's not even a crit either. Holy crap.
It has at least a +11, and it managed to miss me.
All right. That is 25 slashing Horus as it goes past you.
Okay.
You do get an attack of opportunity on it, as does Luna.
Can I also take an attack of opportunity? Because I have 15-foot reach.
Yes, you can. I forget that
Nice.
about Wyatt.
23,
That's a hit.
8 damaging.
Jeez. Oh, man. You all haven't even really started to fight like the elite giants yet. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, and Wyatt rolls
I'm
really
hoping we'll be kind of elite too by then.
Yeah, that's a solid hope.
Nope.
Okay. And then Luna also has an opportunity attack. Charles, you there?
Charles?
There we go. Oh, no.
Yep.
Opportunity attack from Luna.
Okay. Oh, it's going after me? Damn.
It's just going towards the wagon.
Ah. Interesting. Alright, opportunity attack.
You all have not exactly
Oh.
shown up on its radar as a threat yet. Oh, nice hit. Maybe you will now. Alright. 19. Not
19.
bad.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's done, Luna.
Okay. It kind of shakes its ankles and everything as it walks past you all, just kind of giving like a noise, like, oh, kind of waves you away. It was very just like nonchalantly waving its sword at you all. But it seems to be starting to take you all a little bit more seriously now. Brevin?
I know I shifted my hex from one of those methods to the other, but I'm going to activate Form of Dread, which technically the hit points I'm not as worried about this time, but I'll roll it anyway. So 8, 9, 13 extra hit points. So yeah, so 13 there, that'll work for it. I'm going to I know that counts as difficult terrain, but I'm just going to stop there right between it.
Okay.
This giant does not have my hex on it, but I am going to fire the Eldritch Blast at it because I'm going to try to hit the fighting condition on that thing with one of them.
Okay. 27 hits.
Okay, so that'd be 8, 12 damage on that one.
Wisdom save result is a 17.
I believe that would beat it. So we'll go second shot. And let me roll my blast because it 15. That brings me to 18.
18 just hits.
Okay, so that'd be 6 damage, and again, only once for each of my turns when hit with an attack roll. It has to make a
Once
wisdom
per turn.
save. Okay. Okay, yeah, only once per turn. Okay. That's kind of all I have right at the moment. I was hoping to sink that fighting condition on it, but I guess I'll have to try that next time. I guess I could take another step backward, but that's not going to do a whole lot.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
So Tony.
Ah, alright. Okay. I'm going to run after it. Being tiny is a pain.
Do you want, I'm sorry, I can make your token bigger.
It's just because I'm in the middle of like a circle, so
Yeah.
it like. Thank you. Yeah, it was like fraction. Oh, it's still fractal. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack 3 times. Ouch. Okay. Okay, the second one hits. 9 piercing.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna swipe at it with my dagger, which I pulled out.
19 just hits.
Yes. And that is 8 piercing, and that is going to also drag me 5 feet away.
Okay. All right, you all are beginning to see that this guy's a little injured now. He begins looking around, and ironically enough, he says, "Rats! Rats everywhere!" in giant.
Oh.
Whether or not he's
Yeah.
referring to your rats or just all of you in general.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Tony's hex consists of
Like, flip her over.
Tony's hex consists of.
it consists of him throwing a rat on something, and every time he attacks it or hits it, it frightens them.
That's great. Okay.
So there are multiple rats. Crawling all over it.
Nice. Okay. Anything else from the Tony?
I didn't roll initiative for Nugget, so I'll just have her run away.
Okay.
And she'll dodge.
Solid. Dandy.
Okay, so I'm reading this, and it doesn't say whether reckless attack is a bonus or just something I
I
announce.
think it's just something you
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Okay,
announce
then I'm going to fly recklessly up into his face.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing going to do my storm aura. Hold on. Thing and hit him with the axe.
Dex save result is a 10, so he does take that 2 damage from the lightning.
I am aiming for his eyes with the axe.
Okay. 16 unfortunately does not hit. He does bring his greatsword up. For the first time, you all can see that it is taking defensive postures. It is finally beginning to take this seriously.
Blessed.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what?
still blessed.
Yeah.
Go ahead and add that D4.
Andy, add a
Oh,
D4.
bless. Yes. Thank you, guys.
That will hit.
Yes.
Yay,
So-
bless.
You smack his sword, which he defends, and it flies back and just nicks him on the face a little bit.
She is going to swing it again. Again, aiming for his eyes.
Okay.
Ugh.
I don't think
Uh,
bless is going to help that one.
Sessional
No,
inspiration.
you don't have to if you're doing it with reckless attack.
Oh, right,
Oh, yeah.
right. Yes, thank you. Well, that 22 hits.
Yes. Then,
Damage.
You just throw it again into his face.
Right?
will that be enough for me to get him in an eye?
We don't really do called shots. There's no like mechanical thing that's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
happen. If we can say that yes, you have struck him in the eye, it is bleeding,
Okay.
but that's not really gonna provide any
She's
mechanical
going
thing.
to land on his head and just start yanking on his hairs.
Nice.
My turn is done.
Okay.
I forgot to add my hunter's mark damage to one of my attacks. So I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
roll that. Now. Sorry.
What? Nice.
There we go.
She's trying to steer him like Ratatouille.
Nice.
Yes, let's finish this method off.
Oh,
Ooh.
19.
that's yeah. and it will certainly take it out, and it does explode in a small fireball. Dex save, please, Wyatt.
Does the horse have to make one too?
No, no, I'm not trying to murder horses. I did that once, and it felt terrible about it for days. Half of the 9 there, Wyatt, you do succeed on the Dex save, so it is 4 fire you take from that.
4. Got it. And then Wyatt's going to usher the mount towards the big guy, occurring the opportunity attack from the last method.
Okay. Does get a 15, which certainly misses Wyatt.
Let's go to the top side of him. And as a bonus action, he will try and heal himself a little bit.
Okay.
6 with 9 for the Blessed Healer. And that is Wyatt's turn.
Nice. I was playtesting my adventure, the original adventure, last night, and there's a creature in there that gets more dangerous if people are healed within 30 feet of it. And like you saying you're healed, I was like, oh wait, different game. It was pretty scary.
It's a good concept.
Yeah. Okay.
I know I don't know if it's in canon, but I know that I've seen a couple monsters where like they will just steal your healing if
Oh,
you're
damn.
if you're close to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't get healed, they do.
Nice. No, this one got stronger. Like it did more damage and got advantage on attacks when anybody was healed within 30 feet of it. Yeah, like not even a small amount of damage. It's an extra 4d10 to its attacks if somebody is healed within range.
Ouch.
Yeah. All right. The Mephit is going to fly over to Horus. Actually, no. With Luna right there, I think it would try to go after Luna. So.
Melt or metal.
Yeah. Luckily, these things are having really bad luck so far with their recharges. Oh, hey, look at that. It is going to breathe fire at Luna. Dex save, please. Horus, you can feel that flame, but it does not. It barely misses you. Luna is going to take 2d6 fire damage from that attack. 8 fire damage for Luna. That does bring us to Charles. Nine is not going to hit, unfortunately.
Does Luna have her own sessional?
No. I do allow the player to use their sessional for the Steel Defender, your whatever it may be, summons or whatever, but that is your sessional you use on it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay, Charles, where were you standing? Can you ping it for me? Right there? Or right here? Okay, yeah, it is going to take an opportunity attack against you.
Misty Step.
Oh, nice. Never mind. It swings and misses.
So as I tell the horse to like run away from the giant, taking dodge action, I kind of like do a backflip off of it while I'm like aiming my bow downwards, and as I like teleport, I'm like in midair shooting my crossbows at it.
Nice. Fancy.
Yeah, here we go. This time without sharpshooter because I want to hit. Ooh.
Okay, yeah, those will that's all hits. Yep. Okay, good damage.
I don't know why I have
No sharp.
sharpshooter on there. Oh, it's because I didn't take the damage off, so minus 20 damage.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Horace, you are up.
Okay. I just have to get within 5. Oh, move the horse. Just have to get within 5 feet of someone.
Hello.
And then, let's.
Toll the Dead, good stuff. Okay, wisdom save incoming. Wisdom save result is... Oh, that's intelligence. Wisdom save result is a 16, unfortunately.
That makes it. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. E.
Told the dead damage always feels so good to roll.
Oh, it does.
He is flying up here on the giant and trying to latch onto him. Try to give
God. It's got a dandy and an E flying around its head.
Oh, Dandy is riding him.
Okay. Anything else for me?
That's it for the time being.
Okay. So, the first thing it is going to do it is going to reach up. It looks like it's almost about to stab itself in the face, but it's very carefully trying to aim at Dandy. And that is going to be, oh my god, another 30 to hit you, Dandy.
This guy.
The fact that 30 is not as great is scary.
So, Dandy, that is 34 damage, halved to 17 by your rage.
All
Yeah.
right.
Dandy, have you been adding your level of damage to your attacks? I just remembered that.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you were.
Oh, the level of damage. I think it's just been adding +2 each time.
That was the rage.
I think we might need to adjust
and
your
She should be adding.
rage damage.
She should be adding +6.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and change that right now. I don't think we've changed it in a long time.
Only to one attack though, so it's like you just have to probably remember to do it.
Okay.
So however many attacks or however many turns she's had, then yeah.
Only gone at him twice.
Okay. Right. Dandy, that is 34 damage, half down to 17 for you. And let's go ahead and roll... Let's go ahead and roll a d6. Latoni, you're 1. Horace is 2. E is 3. Dandy is 4. It's fitting that you rolled it, Dandy.
Oh, there you go.
All right, another greatsword attack coming at you, Dandy. The result on this one, though... Oh, you attacked recklessly, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It is a crit.
Oh no.
With advantage.
Oh fuck.
Dandy, that is going to be 52 points of slashing.
Oh.
Halved because of your rage.
Can I at least fall toward the healer?
26 points of damage you take. Yeah, you can control your fall.
Whee! Thank you.
All right. Brevin, you're up. He does only get 2 attacks, yeah.
Raven is not very fond of that, but he's still just going to aim at this thing's face and open fire.
Okay. 19 hits.
And-
10. $11 does not.
Mm,
Is E giving the help action? Has anyone attacked it since E? I think no.
He started doing the help action and
Yeah.
then attack Dandy.
Yeah, so advantage 21 hits.
How much? And he also does need to make that wisdom saving throw.
You got it. Saving throw result is, a 19. Unfortunate.
Okay.
Okay, it is looking rough, though. The giant is looking like it's on the verge of panic. It is swinging its sword around wildly, stomping at the ground, trying to get you all off of it. But it is definitely hurt. Okay. Anything else from Brevin?
Oh, that's it for the time being.
Tony.
Whoa. I always feel bad. I'm mostly very uninjured during a lot of combat. So I'm going to attack 3 times. 18 to hit.
18 just hits.
Everyone has their
13 piercing.
role in combat.
Dandy's is to get hit over and over
That is her
again.
job.
I'll use my sessional.
Nice,
For the
okay.
28, or for the crit, and so
Yeah.
that's 20 damage right there. Then I'm
Okay.
going to attack the attack.
But Tony, that is unnecessary.
Oh,
How do you
shit.
kill it with that crit?
Okay, seeing, are they not his friend? Seeing his ally, they're not quite there yet, but seeing his ally fall, he is going to, well, as small as he is and as large as this thing is, he's going to run up to it, and just start like running up its back, stabbing, his sword and dagger into the clips of the armor as it gets to the top, and then he's just going to, as Dandy had tried to do, stab his dagger and his sword into the giant's eyes,
Oh!
and then like do a backflip as he lands over here as it collapses.
All right. The ground rumbles as it falls. The Mephit looks up, says, ah! And turns and books it, because no way is it going to stick around and fight after you guys just killed a giant.
I'm going to finish it off.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not gonna let it get away and chase it down.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, with your range, you are certainly able to do that. So as it's flying away, it takes a few crossbow bolts in the back, explodes harmlessly away from anybody else. All right. All right, everybody. So with that, the evening quiets once more. Sounds of battle fading off into the distance.
I neutral, or I stabilized Dandy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will get Dandy back up to half.
Yep.
Using preserve life.
Nice.
I hope your half hit points isn't more than 30.
All right, everyone.
29.
The rest of your evening will pass uneventful. And, just in case this wasn't eventful enough for you all. But, yeah, we'll go ahead and take our break now. And when we come back, we will roll 3 more d20s and see what the hell gets thrown at you next.
Yeah.
Well, we have another piece of the Devonendad.
You do, in fact, have another Rod of the Vonendad now.
And we have a source of metal from his plate and sword.
Right, and remember the Vonendad, the Rod of the Vonendads are made of adamantine, Horace. I don't know if that's relevant to your crafting abilities, but...
Well, it's not like I can... They're artifacts. It's not like I can...
That's true.
change
Yeah, I think they are classified as artifacts. Never mind. I figured it was a material that you could melt
Dandy's
down.
gonna wake up and just be like, cool, I killed him.
Good job.
I mean, maybe between like an artificer and horse, maybe something could be done, but.
Okay. All right, everybody. So let's go ahead and take our break, and when we come back, we will continue our journey to Everland. All right, everyone. So welcome back. The rest of the night did pass uneventfully for you, and you all are still on the road towards Oloston's Hold. So as with before, let's go ahead and get 3 d20s onto the board. And yes, if anyone hasn't yet, please go ahead and take your long rests. We just need 1 more d20 on the board. Okay. So, what are you all doing on the road? This day does pass uneventfully. You do make it another 24 miles. And once again, the day comes to a close, evening falls, and you all make camp. Is there anything in particular that you all would like to do while you are making camp or while you are on the road for the day? You have acquired another piece of the Vonindod, another rod of the Vonindod. Functions the same as the original one you picked up.
Steve, what happened back there?
Steve believes that he is your squire. What? He wasn't given any orders to attack. No.
Shit. All right, you're right. My fault. First time. I'm a work on that. You're right. I thought maybe you were up in the sky, getting an aerial view with your what's your warhorse's name again?
Did we say
Bag of Bones?
Lady Bones or Bag of Bones? Was Steve's warhorse?
Lady
I don't think
Bones.
it's Lady Bones. Lady Bones was one of the more aggressive whites.
I don't know. What do you all think Steve's warhorse would be named?
Eeyore?
Eeyore? Nice.
It's a war for donkey.
Okay. Alright, everyone. So that day and evening does pass without incident, and you all are only one day from Oloston's Hold. Oloston's Hold isn't a big town, but it does have a very reputable inn, supplies, and various things, an excellent spot to stop, unless, of course, you'd like to just continue on. But either way, let's go ahead and get another 3 d20s for the trip from here to Oloston's Hold.
Plus one up.
Okay.
It's either real good or real bad.
And we just need one more. Okay. Brevin, you can go ahead and roll a D100, please. Okay, 93. So, go ahead and... This would be in the middle of the day. Somewhere between when you stop for your meal for the day. Let's have everyone roll perception checks.
18 with the shield.
Okay. So, Latoni, as you're all passing close to the high forest, you do notice that it looks like it looks like a small band of elves maybe watching you from the tree line. They're not approaching at all. They just seem to be kind of observing you. They've been following for maybe an eighth of a mile or so, just kind of keeping an eye on you all.
Could I make an insight check to guess why they're following us?
Sure. Okay. So they're wearing the garb. Now that you've noticed them and you're getting a better look at them, they are wearing the garb of scouts, rangers. They appear to just be watching you to make sure that you're not causing any damage to the forest, anything like that. Just generally just keeping an eye on your party. They don't seem to have any intention of approaching you, but they're just watching you, trying to see what you're up to.
Question.
Yeah.
Do I know the sign language version of all of the languages that I know? Like, do I know? Do I know?
You know,
sign
for
language?
them, I don't think that they would. I don't think it would be like a universal thing. For the Rangers, I think it would be more of just like their own like tactical signals that they would give to each other and things like that. So
No,
to
I'm
answer your
saying,
question more specifically, no, you would not know the equivalent of sign for individual cultures.
oh, okay. I meant like, would I know like, I don't know, signed Sylvan or something like that?
Right, I understand what you mean. I think it would be unique to certain areas. There wouldn't be like a universal one that you would just be able to know. Probably would need to spend a decent amount of time with the culture to pick that up.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be like, there are some things that are like generally picked up, but it's like, some things get lost depending on the culture. But anyway, regardless, he'll just give them a look of recognition, and a thumbs up, and then keep walking.
All right. All right. So that is the only thing of event that happens between here and Olostin's Hold. So, just off the road, on a hill up near the top of a hill off the road, you all do see a fortified keep standing on the northern side of the Evermore Way. It does appear to be a small village. There's signs directing you all that there's markets, smithies, caravan suppliers, an inn, a tavern, various things like that. Would you all... It is closing in on the evening time, so you all can either press on and camp on the road again, or head over to Olostin's Hold.
I mean, we might as well sleep in beds.
That's kind of the theory, philosophy my character would be having.
Don't you think we should press on?
Well, it's nighttime anyway. We gotta make camp.
Right, but we're also sort of a beacon of danger. Do you want to bring it to those people?
Up to you all.
How's everybody doing as far as rations and stuff go?
Good question.
Like, my character's doing great because he doesn't have to eat, but...
I mean, one ration a day, we shouldn't have burned through more than 5.
Sounds about right.
2 days. I have about 2 days left worth of rations.
I mean, you could also technically
Good. We don't have
grab
a druid here. Never mind. I was like, good berries.
I could learn that. I chose not to.
forage though. We could technically take an hour a day to forage.
Yeah.
Okay. I am good with either one in that case. Unless there's something specifically folks need to get in town.
I don't.
Or if we want to see if we hear anything while in town that might enlighten us to what's going on in this little neck of the woods. I'm good either way, honestly.
I think it'd be probably better if we go into town. Less likely to run into giants. Well, I guess I don't know if that's safe. However you feel about that.
I highly doubt giants are gonna give a crap about the town.
I mean, yeah, but there's like a guard and stuff. And town guards are famously very competent at monster slaying. fine with whatever. I've never slept in a bed until very recently, so it's not all that uh, important to me.
Okay. So, what'll it be? It does seem like the consensus is to push on and make another camp on the road tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So, with that, your evening dice did also show as an uneventful evening. So, let's go ahead and get one more trio as you pass between the High Forest and the Silverwood on the final leg to Everlund. Okay. Boris, could you please roll a d100 for me?
Rolled 4 of them again.
Okay. So, as you all approach Everlund, off in the distance, among the clouds, as the sun's beginning to set, you all see silhouetted against the high horizon a castle floating in the sky. It seems to be moving at a pretty fast pace over the Evermoors.
Well, this is a terrible sign.
Anyone that was in Waterdeep can go ahead and make a perception check.
You know, let me toss that on top of it. It ain't much, but
Okay. Okay. So, Brevin, with your 14, you can tell that this castle does bear a striking resemblance to the one that was over that city those many weeks ago.
Reverend looks up at it, frowns, and says, "That does look much like that castle was above Waterdeep back when we were in the City of Splendors. Hopefully it is hopefully it is the same one, because they had said that one was simply a castle full of cartographers that were looking around from what they'd informed the lords of the Waterdeep. Of course, cartography also means that gives a good excuse if you're looking for something as well. I do think if there's a place we can find that might be a little bit obscured from the sky, it might be useful for us to make shelter there.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, that being said, that is the only encounter for the evening, or for the day. That would have been just at the beginning of the night. And you all... You'll make Everlund in the morning. Didn't have quite the distance to make it there in one shot today, but tomorrow, mid-afternoon, you are bound to reach the city. At last. Feels like we've been on our way to Everlund for so long now. But that being said, is there anything that anyone would like to do during their travel time, during the downtime for the evening, all of that good stuff?
Kraus just keeps working on gadgets and making new inventions as he goes.
I don't suppose that any of our new companions have anything that be considered ritual spells written down somewhere, would they?
One more time.
I do not know if either of our two new companions had anything that be considered ritual spells written down on anything.
Written down on anything.
Because my character does have that whole Pact of the Tome thing, and
Oh,
so
right.
it's just lately we haven't been hitting any place that actually would have something where he could scribble any down for utility use.
Unfortunately, I tend to carry my magics with from the environment around me rather than the arcane like you. Sorry.
Well, it was worth asking, just because. Well, the more options a person has, the better off they are.
Oh, actually, question: would I be able to scavenge for rations? Is that like a thing?
Yeah.
that I can do?
As Wyatt mentioned earlier, you all can spend an hour during the day scavenging.
I have proficiency with cook tools. The third one down. It says I have advantage with survival when scavenging for food.
Awesome.
Because I can like make use from certain things. So I'd like to look for some stuff.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and make a survival check.
19.
Okay. So, what kind of things do you scavenge?
Something that I could potentially dry down into rations. For the most part.
Okay. All right. So like berries, grains, things like that, things that are easily compressed, dried, and stored. Okay. So yeah, with a 19, we'll say that you are able to get enough foraging done between. We'll go ahead and have that be kind of a retroactive from between Noanar's Hold and here. So with a 19, we'll say that you have gathered enough to make 20 total rations.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's between Noanar's Hold and here.
Yep.
I also got 10 rations on me, which if folks need them, they can use them because I don't need them.
Okay.
Reverend just figures it'd look weird if you didn't have any.
Right.
Charles, do you happen to have any space in that bag of yours? I've collected quite a bit more than I need, I think.
Charles, you there?
Yeah, sorry, my mic wasn't working for a second. Can you hear me now?
Yep, we got you.
Yep.
Good.
Well, did you hear my question?
No, like I said, I think it was acting up.
Oh, okay. Do you happen to have any space in that bag of yours? I have collected quite a bit more rations than I need, I think.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can throw it in.
Alright, that is 11 rations. They are quite heavy.
Not a problem.
Actually,
Okay. So.
I do know one thing that I would like to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Revan would like to ask Sir Steve what precisely caused him and his family to become undead.
He would go on to tell you that they chose to become the undead. That a long time ago, the Hunt Lords saw their end approaching and simply could not accept the fact that they would leave Noanar's Hold and their lands unprotected. So, they went out and made some deals, with some not so scrupulous characters, for what they were told would be immortality. And they got it, in a sense. As long as their remains still exist in their graves, they technically can't die, in quotations. If the body that they inhabit is slain, they'll simply rise up from their family graveyard, inhabiting the body of one of their deceased relatives. But it certainly was not what they expected. And then once they were turned into what they are now, they went out and sought out the assistance of a lich in the Evermoors to turn their mounts also into undead creatures, because they could not go on without their faithful steeds.
So, like, the bodies of their ancestors are phylacteries.
Kind of.
Raven kind of ponders some stuff to himself. He's like, I wonder. It's like, I know of a spell that can create something similar to your steeds, but it's only temporarily.
He would say that he likes Eeyore. They've been together for a long time now.
I love the name.
And thanks Wyatt for that. Perfect amount for Steve.
Well,
Is Eeyore like? I know they're supposed to be war horses. Is Eeyore a war donkey?
No, I think it would be a war horse. I don't think the family pride would allow a war donkey.
They allowed Steve.
Well, I appreciate you telling me. I just was kind of curious because I'd kind of been involuntarily inflicted with a similar condition, just not to the same extent. And the fact that you and your siblings seem to have a level of choice and control over yourself is at least a little bit encouraging. But I don't know if that's because y'all kind of made a choice to become that or not, is the sticking point.
Yeah. He would say that it is an interesting situation they found themselves in. Certainly not one they intended to be in. But they are doing their best to make the best of it.
Mm-hmm. Anyhow, my apologies if I kept you up, and
He would point out that he doesn't sleep.
I still have to do that.
Right.
Yeah, that's all what I was going to do, was ask a little about that.
Fantastic. Okay. All right, everyone. So, the rest of the night does pass, and the following day, you all find yourselves just outside of Everland. And once again, it is beginning to rain as you all enter into Everland. So, the history of this place would be somewhat known to at least a few of you. Everland is situated on the banks of the Ravin River, one of the offshoots from the Desserin. And Everland is one of the North's most active mercantile communities. There's a thick stone wall surrounding it. thick stone wall surrounding it, and there's several gates around it. You do find yourselves at the southern gate, the Evermore Gate. Yep, is where you would be making your entrance. Several straight avenues work their way around from it, and you all can see merchants making their way into the city. So, we mentioned earlier that until recently, Everland was a member of the Lord's Alliance. The 5 leaders who currently comprise the city's Council of Elders voted to have the town separate from the Alliance in a symbolic show of support for Sundabar. Horace, you would be acutely aware of this. The reason that Everland is breaking away is because the Lord's Alliance was made it a point to not become involved in the War of the Silver Marches, a massive war between orcs that poured out of the mountains to the north, and primarily the dwarves of Citadel Adbar and Citadel Felbar and the other surrounding holds. Everlund, in a show of support for those northern areas that were affected by that war, withdrew from the Lord's Alliance because the Lord's Alliance refused to provide much aid during that time of hardship.
For the orcs or for the dwarves?
Yeah, they would not provide aid to either side, but they would have, if they were to become engaged, they would have certainly been involved on the side of the dwarves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. Could have been an interesting town.
No, it's definitely. Yeah, they broke away from the Lord's Alliance in solidarity with the dwarves and elves of the north.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this got a little out of frame. There we go. Okay. Okay, so you all have arrived in Everlund. Now, just as a quick refresher, Dorothra back in Tribor. Jeez, it feels like so long ago that we were in Tribor, but we have finally made it to Everlund from there. Is the music working for everyone else? Because I'm not getting it on my end.
No.
I'm not hearing
I
anything.
can hear it.
You can hear it? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear it on mine as well.
That's
Maybe it's my settings. Hold on.
That's a change of pace for me. Being the only one who can hear it.
No, that's not changing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Boy, there was, and it stopped. There we go. Okay.
Just be acting up right
Yes, I had to change my volume on my personal settings there.
now. Oh, I've got it back. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I hate it when it goes out on my end. I use it a lot for like my pacing and all that kind of stuff. So. Okay. So, you'll find yourself in another large city of the north. You can find just about anything that you need here. There are shops of various varieties. This is one of the places where you can actually shop for items that are a little bit more rare, maybe even some magic items if you look hard enough in the right spots. But basically anything that you can spend gold on, you can find in Everland. It is a trade hub of the area. And again, just as a quick reminder, Dorothra, back in Tribor, did let you know that there is somebody here, a Harper agent, who can help you out. That the Moongleam Tower here is a Harper stronghold. And meeting with them and their leadership of that tower could help you out quite substantially. There was an individual by the name of Dral Thalev. He is at Danavar's house, the tavern, or inn, I should say, of the area. You can find him there whenever you're ready. Present the token that Dorothra gave to you, and he will be able to help you find the Harpers.
And the what?
The Harpers.
Okay.
There is a group of Harpers that operate out of Everland.
supply of magics here that we could, or a market for it at least.
They do indeed. Right here in the center, in this wide open area, is the Bell Market. Ha! Dandy, if you want to try and find some magic javelins, you can certainly try. So, when we are in cities like this, I've decided to start out using a bit of a modified thing from Xanathar's, because they have the shopping for magic items options in Xanathar's. We're going to compress that down into one day. So, basically, whenever you're ready to do your shopping, whenever you all are ready to head over to the Bell Market, that large, wide, open-air market, shopping in there is where you'll be able to shop for specific things. Like if Dandy wants to try to find some magic javelins or things of that nature.
New stuff.
Yeah.
Or
So, let me go ahead and just get a quick refresher on the purchasing magic items. Downtime activity. 126. So we're going to use a really compressed version of this. And we are going to make... Alright, Dandy. Is that what we want to do right now? Does everyone want to go shopping now, or do you want to meet your contacts or do anything else first?
I am okay with looking around a little bit. I still also have that thing of that sack of the Wyvern venom.
Nice.
And something from the Aboleth.
Yeah.
A ball
So we
of
also got some
goo.
stuff yeah, so we also have some stuff we may want to get rid of if they actually have a market for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Unless Charles could think of something that he would like to do with a container of Wyvern venom.
do we know if Wyvern Venom does anything mechanically? Like if we splashed on something? Comment.
Yeah, I'm checking it right now.
Well, those of us who got stuck with it know that it could do terrible things.
Right? So, you all have had enough time with it now that you should be able to be pretty familiar with its properties. So a creature subjected, it is an injury poison, meaning that you put it onto a blade, onto a bow, a bolt, something of that nature. A creature subjected to the poison must make a DC 15 con save, taking 7d6 poison on a fail, half as much on a success. So strong poison.
Maybe we should keep it.
Yeah, you all are at the Bell Market in the middle of the day, so there is plenty of vendors out. You can sell whatever you need to sell, and when you're ready to start looking for anything specific, we'll do investigation and persuasion checks to see if you can find it.
If someone wishes to keep that Wyvern venom, that's perfectly fine.
How many?
I'll let them.
Brevin, how many vials do you guys have?
I don't remember if we ever said how many vials exactly. We successfully removed the injection sac that it had.
Okay. One moment. I think we took a note of how many uses. Okay, you would have been able to recover 1 dose from each wyvern, so only 2 vials.
Okay. So yeah, if you want those, just feel free to. Or I suppose if Charles wants some too, if he wants to do some creative with a crossbow bolt, he can have one too.
Is it an action to apply it? Like how?
Yes,
how do you
it would
apply
be an action to apply. You can either apply it to a bladed weapon or to 3 pieces of ammunition.
Gotcha.
When you apply it to a bladed weapon, I couldn't find any exact ruling on how long it lasts for, so we just called it 1 round. Or, I'm sorry, 1 combat. 10 rounds is how long the poison will stay on your blade.
Oh, wow, okay.
So yeah, if there's something nasty, it might be worth applying. I just know that considering the fact that I tend to utilize spells to battle, it's not as useful for me.
Yeah, I think I could get quite a bit of use out of that. Yeah, if I attack twice, that would be 14d6. I could get quite a bit of use out of that.
And have a hard time seeing Horus applying poison to his weaponry.
Okay.
Also, I forgot to write it down, but I remember I took like a sack out of the aboleth. I forget what it was exactly.
The mucus sac, yeah.
Oh yeah. What do we know what that does?
I will go over what that does right now. Let me get back to it. I have to open up the PDF. That whole Yartar thing was actually a supplemental thing that I took off of DM's Guild and tossed on here. So let me get that PDF going real quick.
And we do also have some items in our group loot. Like we have a magical +1 rapier that currently nobody really is utilizing.
Oh wow.
Well, the thing is I may not have a magical weapon per se like that, but I also don't have proficiency with it, with a martial weapon, so...
Oh, it's a martial.
Yeah. And,
Okay, so the Diabolic Mucus, I've got it up right here. When you ingest, it's an ingested toxin. When you ingest the Diabolic Mucus, you must succeed on a 14 con save or become diseased for 1d4 hours. While diseased in this way, you can only breathe underwater, and a willing creature can choose to fail it.
Oh wow. Okay, that is very useful because we can just drown people in the middle of a field. How many uses would we have of that?
3 doses is what you're able to get from the Aboleth.
Okay, I'll write that down.
let me just go ahead and add in the group loot, because we do have both those listed here, but I don't think we had the amount of doses listed, because I wasn't sure on that.
So it was
Yeah,
2 doses of the Wyvern Poison and 3 of the Aboleth Mucus.
Yeah, I'm keeping the Aboleth Mucus on my person. Could I get just one more time? So it was just the disease just makes them. It's a DC what? Sorry, I just didn't get the whole of the description.
It is a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. Is the rest of the group okay with Latoni keeping the Aboleth Mucus on their person, or do you all want to discuss that?
Well, I gathered it, and I didn't really. I mean, we could.
You don't mind.
Okay.
I'll share it if someone wants it. I was holding on to it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take that off of there then. And also I have 2 doses of the Wyvern Poison. I did not know if Charles wanted one of them for his crossbow.
It wouldn't really do much for me since I technically create magic arrows out of thin air, so.
Well, what I mean though is if you knew ahead of time that you could slap a regular one in there and it does some additional damage on top of that.
I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather just sell it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
if it coats a weapon for a whole combat, you're better off coating a melee weapon.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Bolt.
Yeah.
I think I might have shifted the balance of that heavily into the favor of melee weapons.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was gonna be like 3 attacks with the melee weapon because it was like the 3 bolts. But
yeah, my theory for that was that if the ranged attack misses, you lose that bolt until you can go grab it again. So maybe we do something where it's and 6. It's just so hard to keep track of that.
You could do it like a smite spell. So it lasts for a minute, but once it hits, then it's gone.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be one way to do it, because once it
Yeah.
hits, the venom's in his bloodstream.
Okay. Well, it's not likely to become relevant in the next 20 to 30 minutes or so. So I'll look into that. If anyone has any if anyone can find anything on rulings for injury poisons and how they work as far as melee weapons, I would appreciate the knowledge. But in the meantime, we'll just say that it works the way that we said for now, and then we'll revisit it when we come back next week.
And two other things that I would like to mention. Does Charles have any magical close quarters weapons? Because
Charles could always just beat it over the head with his crossbow. It would still be a +1 weapon.
well, no. The thing is, though, is we do have again that +1 rapier, and since Charles, I'm assuming, is a battlesmith with a repeating shot thing, if it's a magical weapon, you can also use your intelligence for attack rolls with it. So I didn't know if you had a magical close quarters weapon or not.
Let me check real quick because rapiers are finesse weapons. Yeah, I can't use finesse weapons. I can only use martial and simple.
That finesse.
No, finesse is also a martial.
Is finesse a martial?
Yeah.
I think all the finesse weapons are martial weapons. Now that I think of it.
Oh.
No, a dagger. Dagger's not. But yeah.
Then yeah, I could use it, the +1 rapier.
Okay. I'll take that off, and we'll assume that +1 rapier is with you then, so just add it to your
Do I
stuff.
have to attune the rapier?
+1 weapons don't require attunement.
Okay.
Yeah. And someone already picked up the +1 dagger from that we
Keller.
picked up off. Yeah, from Keller. Is someone already carrying that one?
Sort of life stealing?
Yeah.
No, the life stealing is a sword.
Yeah. Someone's carrying the dagger. We'll take it off. Okay, so other stuff we have on here, there's some stuff we could attempt to get rid of. We do have it says 48 gold piece block from Giant Tools.
That's just metal.
I think that's where we found them excavating something and took some of their large stuff, so that if we wanted to, we could either utilize it to make things or to sell.
Yeah, I think that was the pickaxes or whatever that we found.
Yeah.
We have the sticky shield. If we can't find a use for it, we can sell it. And one thing, we do also have a 1,000 gold piece emerald. I did not know if we wanted to see if we could trade it and possibly the tourmalins out for something that was a diamond, because I know certain cleric
Trade them
spells
for much
require
money, yeah.
diamonds.
You need
Oh.
the tourmalines, I would hold on to the emerald.
We don't have life restoring diamonds at the moment, do we?
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if we wanted to try to see if we could swap out the emerald for something, because it's a 1,000 gold piece value emerald.
Be sure to get it in multiple diamonds. I've heard of poor holy people who use a very large diamond and the whole thing is consumed.
That would suck.
Yeah, that's right. The emerald I would hold on to. There are many components that could use emeralds. The tourmalines, if I'm correct, should switch out for diamond dust at a 1-for-1 value.
Okay. And we do have like some powdered diamond, roughly 100 gold pieces worth, so that could add to that. And we also, in addition to individual wealth, have them 1,145 gold pieces, 75 silver, and 92 platinum. So,
Yeah, you guys have quite a bit.
Okay, so it has a little.
everything.
So that's. Do we want to hold on to the sticky shield or get rid of it?
I'd get rid of it. I
Is
can't
it
think of
quiet?
any. The only thing we can really do with it is like funny shenanigans, but I don't really see anything else for it.
Wyatt, that's your shield, yeah? I think it's up to you.
What?
I think it was one of those things that we kind of found together.
Oh, okay. I thought you were using it.
I have a shield that helps me out a lot. I don't need a sticky shield.
Yeah.
Ah.
Like I say, yours is well Sentinel Shield and also your focus for your cleric spells, right?
I have a holy symbol.
Okay.
You could always paint another holy symbol on a different shield if you needed to.
I mean, let's go see what they got first, and then
Yeah.
figure out things from there.
I know I'm gonna be looking for some bracers.
Okay.
You
Well, that's
all
actually-
are also about to meet up with a important contact.
New contact.
Right. It is
So look for stuff
possible.
for-
I was going to say that it is possible that they might have more resources for you.
Yeah. I said we might want to meet the contact first, and then after that, see about hunting up stuff.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So, to the inn, and that also lets us put our stuff there. Put whatever stuff we need to store there. That's set that in. On our head to the tower. Okay.
Okay. So, the tower itself, if you were to approach it, you would see that it has no entrances. It has no doors, no windows, anything like that. At least not that you can see from the outside. Could possibly be why Dorothra let you all know to go to that inn. Danavar's house. When she mentioned it, it might have been confused for someone's actual home, but if you were to ask around, Danavar's house is the local inn and tavern. Or one of them, I should say. There's many here in Everland, but it is the largest. The proprietor of that tavern is one Drawl the Lev. Dorothra said that he was a one-eyed half-orc. He's the one you would need to speak to. So, if you all are heading there, then would you all like to head to Danavar's house now, or do some general shopping first? Anything else?
To Danavar's house.
Okay. So, when you all arrive, there are a decent amount of people around, and behind the bar, you do in fact see a very large half-orc man with an eye patch on. Waves you all in. Says, welcome everyone. Sit, have a drink, we'll have someone with you shortly. My name is Drawl the Lev.
Exactly the soul that we were sent to talk with, I believe.
Sent to talk with me, were you? Who might have sent you?
Am I?
Well, we have a
Right.
token to present you with.
Token, you say? That sounds mighty official.
Let's see. Have it here somewhere. Token. What did you say your name was again?
Draw.
Dratolev?
Draw the lev. So, you show him the token?
Yes.
Okay. So his eyes go wide when he looks and he says, I was wondering when you all would show up. Right back this way. I've got something special for you all. And he starts to walk out from behind the bar and into a back room.
How'd you lose the eye?
Says, well, let's just say that 3 years old is not really old enough to be playing with a bow.
You would think there'd be a replacement eye somewhere in town.
Yeah, I like it. Makes me look dashing.
Oh, that it does.
Yes, thank you. So, he leads you all towards a back room. It looks like a little private dining area, and he says, so, Dorotha told me I'd be expecting you all. This calls for a drink. Any of you ever had Silverquist before?
I don't believe that I have.
It is the finest of elven wines. Anyone that has spent a lot of time among the elves would know Silverquist. It is literally brewed from sunlight. But he would pour 6 glasses and hand one to each of you.
Wyatt will push his towards Dandy.
Revan is unsure what this is going to do to him, but he lets out a sigh and just grips the table and decides to toss it down.
The moment Brevin tosses his drink down, he vanishes.
Oh.
Drawl sits back and sees the look of surprise on everyone's face. He's like, oh, I was hoping no one would ask what was in that. Don't worry, your friend's fine. He's all the way over in Moongleam Tower as we speak. You see, there's no traditional means of entering the tower. Gotta do it through unconventional means.
Oh.
Go ahead, all of you, if you'd like to meet with him.
Can you put in something non-alcoholic?
Oh, yeah, of course. He brings you a glass with some very nice honeyed... Call it... Wyatt, what would you like? Tea. Very nice. Okay. Goes on to say that it's the cups that makes the difference, not the contents.
Okay. Yeah, and he'll take a sip of the tea.
So, Brevin, you would have been the first to find yourself in a very comfortable little parlor. Cushions and tables splayed out all around, insignias of the Harpers surrounding you. You actually can see as if there was windows all around you. You're on a high floor of the tower, and it does look like you are in the Moongleam Tower. The windows are enchanted to be invisible from the outside, but you can see out of them clearly.
Huh. Revan looks around suspiciously because this definitively is not where he was a half second ago.
Indeed. And there are about, in this particular room, there is a half dozen tressums of various colors and types, kind of flying around, lounging on places. As soon as you show up, one floats over and sits with you. Tressums are those winged cats. But yeah. So, as the rest of you begin to arrive, is anyone by chance not going? Or are you all going?
Going.
Wyatt went as soon as he had something besides alcohol in the cup.
Latoni would trepidatiously take a sip and then poop.
Okay. So yeah, austere furnishings, loads of domesticated Tressims behaving like house cats all over the place. And a few moments after you all arrive, an elven man makes his way down a flight of stairs. Says, Dorothra's people, are you?
Yes.
Very well, very well. My name is Crowan. Crowan Valharrow. I oversee Moongleam Tower for the time being. I was told that you all are in need of some expedited transportation throughout the north. Is that correct?
Given how long it took for us to get to here, and considering some of the things we're investigating seem to have the ability to fly around in castles, yes.
Wonderful. Well, you have very much proven your value to the Harpers and to the North as a whole. I believe that you all have earned a little bit of an easier time getting about, and we know we could certainly use you in various places much quicker than it would take you and your horses to travel. So, please, follow me. And he turns and heads up the staircase.
We follow.
Yeah.
Alright. As you all head up there, eventually, he does bring you to a large. It almost looks like an aviary, an aviary, I think is the word, like a large aviary, like a place where birds take off from. But he leads you up there, and drawn on the ground are 6 large circles, connected to one another by lines that intersect and cross beneath and over one another. And he says, the Harpers, we have cultivated a bit of a network between here at the Moongleam Tower and various other locations throughout the Sword Coast. We'd be more than happy to grant you access to our network of teleportation circles.
Oh. Wouldn't that mean we can make you could theoretically make all of our other deliveries like instantly?
This is the network. Any one of these locations you can travel to and from instantly from one another. So, for example, here in Everlund, you could travel directly to Neverwinter or Waterdeep. From Waterdeep, you could travel to Yartar or Mirabar. As long as they are connected on this network, you can travel between those places instantly, as long as you are in one of those places.
Do we get one of them to cast it for us?
Yes. Crowan would go on to tell you that these circles are always manned by Harper mages, and at any given time when you arrive at one, there will be an agent there, a Harper mage, that is capable of casting the necessary enchantments to see you teleported to one of the other locations. So, let me go ahead and put you all back on the Sword Coast map so you can actually get a good look at just how far these things can take you. What would be a good marker? I think I'll put a nice big green circle around the various locations that you can go to here. So you've got Mirabar. Mirabar is one of the locations. Everlund, where you all are now.
Shoot, we could even run down and get that fellow who we just had a little arrest warrant thing for if we needed to.
Neverwinter, Yartar, Waterdeep, and Loudwater. Where's Loudwater?
We're next to Orlar and Zoros.
I see it. I think that's all of them. Yep. right, everybody. So wherever you see those green circles is the places that you can teleport to and from now.
That's definitely useful.
Right? Imagine how long it would have taken you to get to Loudwater from here.
We could
Or
totally-
Neverwinter.
Right?
Waterdeep.
At Waterdeep, that was actually your. So on foot, this party has traveled from Nightstone to Everland. Jeez. That's actually a good way for us to gauge how long we've been at this.
Mhm.
Almost 500 miles you all have traveled.
We made a stop at Noanar's Hold as well.
All right, everyone. So, with that, with the massive opening up of this map for you all, we'll go ahead and call it a session there. And, furthermore, between now and next week's session, you all can level up to 7.
Oh, cool.
Oh shit.